G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Aussie Starcraft. We're bringing you some of the great games from Dreamhack Winter, following on from our last game where MMA defeated Patience and knocked him down to the losers bracket. MMA shortly thereafter lost the next series and has himself been forced into the losers bracket, forcing a rematch with Patience. So I thought I'd bring you game 2 from this series, mainly because game 1 took place on Aklon Waste, and the last game we saw between MMA and Patience was in fact on Aklon Waste. Patience took the first game in this series, so we'll see if MMA can recover it at 1-1 and send it into a tiebreak, or the Patience will get the better of MMA and continue battling his way through the losers bracket. So in the top right hand corner, as our red Terran player, it is Aces MMA. In the bottom left hand corner is our blue Protoss player, it is Patience. So it will be another TVP matchup. This time the map is in fact Yonsu. So we have Protoss in the bottom left hand corner and Terra in the top right. Now Yonsu is actually quite an interesting map. It features quite an easy to secure natural, but there are two paths of attack to the natural. So this map's quite a good map to be attacking with Terran. We've seen quite a lot of siege tank play along this ridgeline. It's quite easy to threaten the Protoss main base structures from this lower location and from this location here between the second and third bases. So we cast a particularly great game between Innovation and Tasia on this map, and if you haven't seen that, you ought to go check it out on the channel. Just Google Aussie Starcraft Tasia and Innovation and you'll get that game. It was a great meching Terran game, and it shows just how dynamic Terran players can be with this fairly extensive ridgeline. So we'll see what Patience and MMA have in store for us this game. Looks like Patience going for the Zealot first and throwing down his Cyber Core as well. Looks like MMA is going to be scouting out fairly early, doesn't want to be caught out by any devious tricks from Patience. Patience here looks like he may be going for a fairly fast Nexus in his natural, and expanding. MMA deciding to go Reaper first, actually, getting just enough gas to pop this Reaper out, and then pulling his workers out and continue minerals only. Well, actually it was enough gas for the Reaper and a reactor, but now all his workers have gone to minerals so that he can gather enough resources to throw down the command center on the low ground. Patience here's got his mothership core and throwing down his second gas. We do have one Zealot on the field, but nothing else yet in play. One Stalker now on the way from Patience, and this Stalker's going to be used to prevent this pesky Reaper from doing too much damage. SCV continuing to roam about the map. Patience here actually moving this probe very aggressively up into MMA's base. Going to get a nice scout off here. We do have two Marines on the way and a second barracks also on the way from MMA. This mothership core and Stalker, however, should be able to force this Reaper out and give Patience the protection he needs to macro up behind us. Actually have Patience going for a High Templar. Oh, not a High Templar, sorry, a Twilight Council. Now whether it's for Dark or High Templars, I think the timing is fairly indicative. A Twilight Council this early on generally means some sort of Dark Templar shenanigans, and I think in due course we will see that Dark Shrine thrown down. We can see that Patience being very careful, getting a few Stalkers up on patrol so that Reaper won't be able to sneak through again. Mothership core positioned in the third exposed location, also on patrol. We can see that Patience does not want MMA sneaking up into the base. We have the Reaper coming up now. Patience going to move both Stalkers to intercept this. It's going for its scout, but I doubt that MMA actually got to see that Twilight Council. In fact, he did, just by the nick of the edge of that radius, did see the Templar Archives. So I'm imagining that that MMA will now be able to prepare for the potential Dark Templar. Patience instead deciding to go for Blink, so we'll see if this manages to mess with MMA's mindset. I imagine that we will see some sort of preparation for Dark Templars. Big scan going down, this time probably to see if there was any follow-up. In fact, MMA can see that the Dark Shrine has not gone down, or certainly has not gone down at that location, so there's no way that MMA knows that blink is on the way. Well, he of course he can see the Twilight counter was a researching blink, but no way to know whether the Dark Shrine's been thrown down somewhere or not. Patient's going with a lot of gateways to follow us up, 5 gateways on the field, and MMA moving out with quite a substantial force here. So this is looking just a little bit dicey for Patience. He's only got 1 production structure currently in play. 2 more warp gates coming up now. Does have the Mothership Core to help hold this aggression off, but there's quite a substantial group of Marines and Marauders. So Tech Lab almost finishing up Stimpack, and MMA looks like he could put on a substantial bit of pressure should he so choose. Patience actually moving out now with 3 Blink Stalkers. Actually Patience managing to establish a proxy pylon right behind MMA's main force here, and continuing to move up with his Stalkers. So 4th and 5th and 6th warp gates now operational. So Patience actually very sneakily getting these Stalkers in play right behind MMA's army. You can see MMA just out of sight range here. Patience actually moving forward. It's going to be able to blink straight up into the main base, and actually no defense in place to deal with this. Pick off a reactor straight away, and there's quite crucial damage. It's going to prevent one of the medevacs being produced, and you'll see Patience here actually managing to snipe down this tech lab that's researching the combat shields. See the SCVs pulled off the line to try and deal with this. Patience going to be able to blink out there, and that's a lot of mining that wasn't able to take place. Mothership Core here able to survive barely. These Stalkers continuing to exploit the low and high ground differential here to do quite a lot of damage to these units. So combat shield was saved by the mass repair from the SCVs. As you can see, MMA's income has slowed to a crawl. He is on a 1 base economy at the moment, and this mass blink play from Patience seems to be sending him around the twist. Patience actually with some sentries here. He could cut off the ramp here. He does force field, cutting off half of MMA's army on the high ground, which means Patience is going to be able to push the expansion here. SCV's trickling through at a crawl, but he's losing all of his income. Now he's continuing to engage on a very poor angle. There are quite a lot of Marauders here, but these Stalkers able to blink out of these Marauders line of sight. Excellent blink micro from Patience here. Has eaten through all the SCVs. There's just a handful of bio units left. There's 6 or 7 SCVs mining the main base, but Patience able to muscle his way through, and MMA is forced a GG out of this series. So MMA able to defeat Patience in the winners bracket, but Patience able to muscle his way through the losers bracket with some cute Blink Stalker micro. So GG for Patience. He is going to move through in the losers bracket and take another shot at progressing in this tournament. So hope you guys enjoyed the cast. We'll upload this over the coming days, and by all means go ahead and like the video or subscribe if you haven't previously subscribed to the channel. We need 2 more subscribers to meet our goal for 2013, so appreciate any help you guys can give us there. So hope you enjoyed the cast, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks guys.